Alright, welcome back. Got another Kevin Samuels video that caught my attention. Let's get into it.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing great. And yourself?
I am okay. How old are you, by the way?
I'm 37.
All right. So, Sierra's prayer. Do you have children?
Yeah, I do. I have two.
Okay. So, are you unmarried?
I'm divorced.
All right. So, Sierra's prayer. Why did it resonate with you?
Well, I think I can't say, do I have to resonate with me? Because not everyone's prayer is not for everybody. Her prayer is her prayer. And for me, it could be something else.
Okay. But the topic tonight is a general subject. Are you familiar with the prayer?
I think I watched a couple videos of her talking about it, but
Okay. So, why did you decide you want to get on tonight?
can you repeat that?
Why did you request to be on tonight? What was the? Because I'm talking about Sierra's prayer, and you don't have anything to say about that. So, what is it?
I mean, I do have something to say about it. I'm happy for her that she find the man that she's dreamed of and wanted God to send to her. But I really don't think that it's for everyone. There are some women out there that's not on TV or famous that's living a better love life than Sierra. I do believe that some people have that for them and some other women just don't have it.
Okay.
I don't know what you want me to say. Like
Well,
Sierra,
I laid out an entire monologue of what Sierra was talking about and what men were talking about. And see, this is one of the things that really frustrates men. Y'all don't listen to us. Y'all don't listen to a damn thing we say. Y'all just want to get on and do what the fuck you want to do.
no, that's not true. It's
That's what
just
it
that
seems like, man. Maybe that's what it seems like. I'm gonna tell you, when I talk about I have a topic, and you haven't read Sierra's prayer, you say it don't resonate. I'm like, all right, then why'd you click the live button if I say I want to speak to women about this subject? And this is what started my whole channel, the Average at Best video. I had a subject I was talking about. She called in the wrong day, wrong topic to get what she wanted. So now you hear it's not Sierra's prayer, it's not for you. You got the stage. What do you want to tell everybody? Because I'm confused now.
I'm not saying Sierra's prayer is not for me. It could be for me too. But I'm just saying it's not for everybody. Like everyone that
Why does
already
everything?
Sierra,
Why do y'all say this? I'm curious. Excuse me. Why do you women do this? It's not for everybody. We have this all or none mentality. Why do y'all say it's not for everybody? So we know that. I mean, we're adults. We know not everything's for everybody. We know that. Why do y'all do that? That frustrates us as men. We don't care that it's not for everybody. It's a topic.
I understand what you mean, but I'm not
Why are
trying
you
to get you
divorced? Why are you
frustrated.
divorced? Why are you divorced?
It wasn't working out. We
Who
we
filed for
got
divorce?
together young, very young, and we were together for like 8 years.
Who filed for divorce?
I left him and he
Right,
filed
you're
for
the
divorce
plaintiff.
with him.
He's the plaintiff, or you're the plaintiff. Which one's the plaintiff?
No, I'm not. He is, because after when I left him, he filed for divorce.
Okay. So you're 37 with 2 kids. Do you want to be remarried one day?
I do. If I find that person for me, I would want to get married. I mean, I'm a good woman.
Okay. Well, oh, good has nothing to do with anything. When you say that person for you, what does that mean?
Like, I'm not saying my ex-husband wasn't a real man. We
Mm-hmm.
got together when we were like very young. He was
I get it, but you
22.
say the person for you, which implies that there is one person for you.
I just want me a man that's gonna come into my life and help make changes.
To what?
Like I want to see a change. Like I want to
Changes in
see
what?
just like my kids not having their father around. Sometimes that bothers me a little bit because I have a son and he's 14, and sometimes he wants to have certain conversation, and I can't have those conversations with him, and I don't know how to go
How old
about
is your
it.
youngest child?
14. My
How-
daughter's 16.
So you want a man to come in that are going to come in and make changes with your children.
Most likely because I don't want any changes within myself. I
Why
mean,
not?
there's always room
Why
for
not?
growth.
See, that makes no sense. Women will say they're 10s, and then when you ask a question, that means there's no room for improvement. Yes, you just said, I don't want to make any change. I don't want to make any changes with me, but there's room for growth. Who's leading you?
I think we both need each other.
Who's leading?
Leading or no, I mean me. I'm leading myself.
All right. So, do you make room for the possibility that, well, let me move this question. You want a man to come in to make changes with your teenage children. Your children are who they are, man. 14 and 16. Is that a husband's job to come in and make changes to another man's offspring? Think about what I'm saying. Think about what I'm saying. Is that a husband's job to come in and make changes to another man's offspring?
I don't think so, but I don't believe that he's coming to make changes because he was the father wasn't even around the whole time the kids were growing
Man,
up.
I'm just asking what you say you want. You say you want to be married. And I said, why? You said, because I want to see some changes. I said, what? The first thing you said was with children. And I'm asking, is that the purpose of marriage? To come in and change something with another man's children? Is that what marriage is supposed to be for?
I don't think that's what they are for, but what I'm saying is that maybe the real reason is to find real love. Because when you find real love, it comes with a lot. You don't have to make changes. Everything happens naturally.
Where did you learn that?
Where?
Hmm?
Just real life.
Who taught you that? Who taught you that?
Nobody taught me
Hold on,
anything.
man, I'm not trying to insult you. I'm just trying to understand. Where did this notion of marriage comes with real love changes things? Where does that come from? Who taught you that?
How does real love doesn't change anything?
No. So you don't answer a question with the question. I'm asking you where you learned that.
I mean, if you're talking about Sierra, don't she have a real man, a real
No,
love?
we're not talking about Sierra, man. I'm asking
That's
you.
what the subject was about.
No. See, you can't go back to something you weren't ready to talk about. I'm asking you. You said real love changes things, and I'm saying, first off, you said you wanted to be married and you wanted your husband to come in and change things with kids. And I asked, is that a role for a husband? You had to say, no, it's not. But then you went back and said, but real love changes things. And I'm saying, who taught you? Who taught you when you were a young girl or a young woman that marriage is about real love? Who taught you that? Was it your mother?
No, no one taught me anything about love growing up. Actually, I raised myself.
Okay. Okay, marriage is not about love.
Isn't that what everybody's looking for? Real love in a marriage? I don't know what other reason why people are in a relationship. So if marriage is not about finding
What did your
love
mother
and
teach you? What
finding
did
your
your parents teach
soulmate,
you? What did your mother and father teach you the purpose of a marriage was?
well, my mom never teach me anything.
Who raised you?
I grew up in Haiti. I left there when I was 14,
Okay.
and I lived with my father for about 2 years. And when I was 16, I was at my father's house, so nobody really teach me anything about
And
men and
and
women.
that's one of the issues today with so many of our women, black women in particular. You don't get taught. You don't get taught right. You don't have time to be a little girl. You go directly from being an infant to damn near to a toddler to a babysitter to a woman. And then y'all are out here talking this stuff like you don't know what our purpose is. Men, outside of sex and protection and provision, you don't know who we are. So you're walking around with these ideas that came from where? You said you didn't get taught. So where these ideas come from? Because this is how you're judging men on love and this and other kind of stuff. I mean,
I guess I have a lot to learn. I'm not sure what to say with that. If
well,
marriage is not based on love.
marriage has never been about love first because love comes after. Man, 200 years ago in Haiti, did people date for 2 years before they got married?
Well, people in
200
Haiti
years
just
ago, listen to the question. Hundreds of years ago, did people date and fall in love before they got married?
well, I'm not sure about that. I'm not 100 years old. So I don't know.
That's an unacceptable answer because you're almost 40. It doesn't require being 100 years old to know how it used to be. All it requires is a library card.
Well,
I
I had a
but
really,
if you're going to be unresponsive like this, I got, because that's an unresponsive answer. You know what I'm trying to ask.
I do. I understand you.
Answer the
It's just
question
that
instead of giving me the smart ass answer. I'm not 100 years
I'm
old.
not trying to be a
That
smart
is a
ass.
smart answer. Okay.
I'm being real with you. Like
But ma'am, to say I'm not 100 years old does not help the conversation.
okay, sorry, I didn't mean it that way.
And that's one of the issues between us as men as women. Y'all are really informal with us, and it's like y'all don't even know when y'all offending us, and y'all want us to be cognizant when we offend you guys.
Yeah, I understand where you're coming from.
So I asked you 200 years ago, wherever did people date and fall in love before they got married, or did they make an arrangement, got married, and then everything else came later?
Yeah, I think it starts with the arrangement and dating. Yeah.
So love has never been the baseline for a marriage. And what I'm doing here, folks, is because this is the nature of Sierra's prayer. It's all based in this fantasy of of princess, Prince Charming, Mr. Right, divine intervention. God will send them to me. And then when we mortal men come along who are flawed, y'all end up leaving because ain't nobody taught you to stay with us.
You've got a 37-year-old divorced woman who still wants a perfect relationship, the fantasy version, while holding tightly to her own personal rules about how things should work. She doesn't really take in feedback from men, and even in her past marriage, she wasn't receptive to her husband's perspective. And this is where the pattern becomes clear. Because after a divorce, the biggest opportunity is reflection. What worked? What didn't? What needs to change? But if the mindset stays the same expectations, same resistance to feedback, same rigid rules, then the results often repeat. Then comes the listening issue. Relationships aren't one-sided. If someone consistently dismisses the other person's perspective, it creates imbalance. Listening doesn't mean agreeing with everything. It means being open enough to understand, adjust, and meet somewhere in the middle. Without that, everything turns into a standoff. Then there's the fantasy expectation. Wanting a great relationship is normal, but expecting it to always feel perfect or run strictly on your terms creates pressure. No real relationship can sustain. Real partnerships require flexibility, compromise, and the ability to navigate differences. Then comes the rule system. Personal standards are important, but if they're too rigid or disconnected from reality, they can block connection instead of guiding it. Rules should help build relationships, not make them impossible.